All right, let's get into a conversation with Mr. Piramal now of VIP Industries on the numbers this time around. Mr. Piramal, good morning. Let me first get your take on, how badly you've been hit on account of the current scenario, how sales are looking as the lockdown begins to ease in certain parts of the country, and how many stores are now operational?
Well, we are in the travel industry. Related to the travel industry, we make luggage, and we are in the category which is worst affected. So in fact, in the last quarter, that is the first quarter of the year, which is our largest quarter, we have not even done 10% of the sales what we did last year. So it's a very bleak situation for us. However, the good point is that we have a very strong balance sheet. And even now, we are not in any debt at all. We have made adequate provision that we have lined up credit limits, which will last us for 1 year if required. And at the moment, there is hardly any activity. So I cannot give you any figures. And the second quarter also is going to be quite slow, very slow. But we hope things will pick up in the last 2 quarters of the year.
Well, it is what we're hearing from everyone in the industry right now, Mr. Piramal, so completely understand what you're grappling with. What about fixed overheads? You have reduced them by about 35% this quarter. Is that an area where it's possible to further reduce costs? For the longer term outlook as well, I mean, you mentioned the last 2 quarters of the year, but is it sustainable if you do reduce these costs to keep things going at that level?
Well, yes, because we operate from very small units. Like our fixed costs are mainly in terms of employees and retail shops which we own, the rents for that. So while the very large warehouses and all, we cannot reduce the rents, but definitely in retail shops, we have done quite a bit. And if required, we will do it more. It's a very sensitive area because there are closing down costs also. And I would say that our landlords, wherever, have been very cooperative because they also realize that there is not much of a choice. They also don't have any alternatives. So it's better to reduce the rents. We have closed down many retail shops. Of course, the retail shops are they contribute only about 10 to 12% of our overall sales. Most of our sales comes from other third-party dealers where we don't have fixed overheads. So we can cut down further overheads also on employees, but it's a slightly painful process. And we are dismantling all our infrastructure. When you cut down overheads, you are dismantling all the overheads, all the infrastructure you made over the years. So we have to strike a good balance. But so far, people have been responsive. And we are hoping that we will manage with what we have done so far. If we have to do a little bit of marginal things, we will do it. But hopefully, I think things will revive.
Mr. Piramal, right now, I understand that most of the handbags are imported. Will you be looking at now starting manufacturing within India itself and then scaling up that business further?
Yes, that is absolutely required. We were planning, we are increasing our own luggage manufacturing very much, but we had not even reached 50% of our soft luggage sales. And our own production was not even 50% of our sales. Now that the sales level itself has gone down and is going to remain like that for a year or 18 months, I think we will double our efforts in the manufacturing side and start making the handbags also. In fact, I also hope that we can make enough handbags, we can start exporting them because we have a low-cost manufacturing facility. So far, we have not been doing it, so it's a new line of products which we have to start. But it's quite similar to making luggage. Handbags are like small items of luggage. like backpacks and all are the smallest items we make in luggage. So handbags should be a good diversification.
And currently the dealers and distributors as well will be sitting on inventory. So what is the sense that you're getting from the dealers? Are you offering any sort of distribution or dealer scheme?
I think we are reacting tactically wherever required, but as yet the demand is not so much. It will start now. See, in the second quarter, there was a new phenomenon in the last 5-6 years that we used to get a lot of NRIs coming back to India. So it was the monsoon quarter used to be very weak, but because of this new phenomenon and of also people traveling abroad, it wasn't as weak as what it used to be 10 years ago. But I think this time that is also not happening. Basically, the retail in the cities is not opened up so much, especially in the travel business. So it's not much sense in offering schemes and all. But whenever required, we'll be doing that.
Sure. Dilip, during the COVID time, we've seen a lot of companies actually deviate from their core businesses. Paint companies are making hand sanitizers, and we understand that you as well have forayed into manufacturing PPE kits as well as masks. Will you be looking to take this business bigger and take it forward?
Well, we have stitching machines, and basically that is what soft luggage entails. Dealing with fabric and stitching machines, which is what masks also entails. But we have to see how it goes, because all the ready-made garment manufacturers are doing this, and there are thousands of ready-made garment manufacturers in the country. And while there is a lot of demand, we have to see whether it works out in the long run. But we are thinking of diversifying into other areas if required.
Okay, Dilip, good to have you on the show. Thanks so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today.